Yo, what's good? Just wanted to hop on quick because I just heard that the US Senate just approved another $61 billion to Ukraine after they've already given like 120. It's insane, man. The US debt alone in the past not even 2 months since 2024 started, like a month and a half, not even, a little less. It's gone up over 230 billion, and they want to give another 61 billion to Ukraine. My thumbnail for this live stream is my secondary Bitcoin wallet, and just since this year started, I've already made like $5,000 on my secondary Bitcoin wallet. $5,000 in like 2 months that's profit. That's what I've made. It's not even what I have. $5,000 profit. And that's my secondary portfolio. Like, some people don't even make that in 2 months actually working a job, a 9 to 5. And I made that fucking on nothing. That's my secondary portfolio. I'm not going to say how much I made on my first portfolio because I don't want people or the government to know how much I have, for tax reasons and a couple other reasons. But yeah, on my secondary portfolio, $5,000 in like 2 months. Like, that's crazy, and that's because of inflation. That's because people are losing faith in the U.S. financial system, and for good reason too. Like, they're like 34,230,000,000,000 in debt, and they want to give another 61 billion to Ukraine, and they're already going $100 billion in debt every single month without giving any money to Ukraine. And the more money they give, the more money they go in debt, the more they have on interest payments. Like, the US is in a really fucked up position. That it's like, I'll just put it into perspective because some people don't understand these things. It's like a homeless person who has, I don't know, say $200,000 in debt, giving another homeless person a couple $1,000s. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're homeless yourself. Like, it's nice to be generous, sure, but if you're homeless yourself and you have a couple $1,000s, I mean, use that for yourself, right? Especially if you're going to take it out in debt. Like, don't take out any more debt if you're homeless. And especially don't give it to another homeless person. And that's what the US is doing. Like, it's fucked up, man. I'm just dumbfounded that, like, how badly things are going. Not just in the US, like every G7 country, but I mean, all the G7 countries kind of base themselves around the US because the US is the leader. I'm in Canada. Our financial system is just as fucked. Our leader is even worse than Biden, honestly, because Biden is just incompetent. Our leader is like corrupt, like truly corrupt. Like, he wants to watch Canada burn. He does anything he can to like ruin Canada. So like, he's purposely trying to ruin Canada. Whereas Biden, I think he's just really stupid and like incompetent. Obviously he's corrupt too, but not in the same way our leader is. But yeah, I don't know. Another 61 billion to Ukraine. And like, this is election year too. That's going to cost the US a bunch of money. They're going in debt 100 billion every month without giving Ukraine anything. Like, they are in no position to be giving money to Ukraine. How the fuck? Like, God damn, it's so bad, man. It is so bad. Like, it's literally like watching how Rome fell, except Rome took 200 years to fall. The United States has been on its decline since like the 1970s, maybe like late 1960s. So it's only been like 50 years, and I don't think the United States has another 50 years on this system with the way it's going. And it took Rome 200 years to fall. It's only going to take the States less than 100. So, yeah. I mean, the States will be fine. It'll recover eventually. But it's not going to be on the same economic system. And like, the whole system's going to fucking collapse. And it's going to be rebuilt. You know that saying, like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. That's kind of like what's going on in the state. Oh wait, you can swing your controller in the and your blade swings. That's cool. But yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and it will get better eventually. But the whole system's got to collapse before it gets better, because the way the system works right now, it's fucked. See, and that's why I'm in Bitcoin, because in a normal working economic society, Bitcoin would be useless. Bitcoin would be pointless, because the dollar would be tied to a commodity like gold, so inflation would be limited to what gold is printing yearly, and gold doesn't print that much. The United States prints like 4 to 5% year of the economy. We don't find 4 to 5% gold that exists in the entire world every year. Gold's inflation is like 0.1%. It's like 100 times smaller than the States. So that's why like the gold standard is so important. But yeah, in like a normal economic system, in a good economic system, Bitcoin would be worthless. Bitcoin would be pointless. I 100% agree. But we're not in a normal economic system. We're not in a working society. We're in a broken society. We're in a broken economic system, which is why Bitcoin is so fundamental, because it's decentralized, it's limited supply, and the governments can't tamper with it. And it's going to be used as a currency with the advancements that's going on with the Lightning Network and everything. As it stands right now, the Bitcoin network can only handle, like the main Bitcoin network, not the Lightning Network, can only handle something like 12 transactions per second, which is tiny. Like, Visa and MasterCard can handle thousands of transactions per second, but the Lightning Network can handle thousands of transactions per second. So yeah, the Lightning Network will be implemented into a lot of things in the future, like Apple Pay, just like payment systems that we currently have, that'll just have Bitcoin implemented into them. And that's how it's going to go, because you obviously can't use gold as a currency. It's really heavy. It's not ideal, and it's very pricey. So like, you can't just hand someone a gold coin and then like pay for something like for a McDonald's meal, because a single gold coin is worth thousands of dollars. But Bitcoin is denominated in Satoshis, which is 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So yeah, people will be paying for stuff in Satoshis. Like, you go to McDonald's and they'll ask you 70 Satoshis for that, please. And then you'll pay them 70 Satoshis. And that's how it'll work. But yeah, I totally agree that if the US dollar worked how it worked pre-1970, Bitcoin would be worthless, because it would be tied, the US dollar would be tied to the gold standard. But it's not, and it hasn't been for 50 years. Which is why we've seen rampant inflation, because inflation grows exponentially. And it was manageable in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then 2000s is when it started to get really bad, because just like debt, it grows exponentially. And people don't understand exponential growth. They just say, oh, well, it's worked for 50 years, so it's going to work forever. Fuck no, it's not. That's not how economics work. Like, that's exactly how people think about like credit card debt and shit. They're like, oh, go $5,000 in debt and then I'll pay it off in a couple of years. It's like, no, like you go that much in debt and then your salary can't even cover how much debt you owe, because you're paying more in interest payments than you can afford. And then it grows exponentially, because each month you can't pay those interest payments off. It grows, your debt grows because you're paying interest, but you're not paying it, so your debt will grow. And that's the same position the States is in right now. People don't understand it, because people in the States and even Canada and shit don't understand debt. They really don't. It's so funny. Like, because it's so obvious to me, but to other people, like, they don't understand it at all. They can't wrap their heads around it. So I got that guy. Yeah, I'm in a really good position right now, like an extremely good position, and it's awesome, because I thought I was gonna be in this position at like 40, Not fucking 22. I'm half the age I thought I'd be in this position. So I'm doing pretty fucking good. Like, I am proud of myself. I obviously do have an ego, and I don't really care, but it's not just an ego, it's that I'm really proud of myself. I feel very accomplished in life, that I'm so much more successful than people double my age. Like, that, isn't that crazy? Like, if you were in my position, put yourself in my shoes. Like, wouldn't you find that crazy that you're so much more like successful than people who are double your age? And like, most of those people who are double my age have their like dead parents and shit, so they've gotten inheritance, they've gotten all these handouts, and they're still less successful. Still. Like, how? Because you're dumb. That's how. There's nothing else to it. I mean, you may be smart in some areas, because there's different areas to be smart at. There's book smart, there's general smarts, there's financial smarts, you know? But so you might be smart in some areas, but you're definitely dumb financially, like most Americans, Canadians, British people. And that's the most important area that you need to be intelligent at, because finances are like they say, money makes the world go round. And you know, money does in some senses buy happiness. Obviously it can't like buy happiness itself, but there's many things you can do if you're interested in hobbies and shit. Having money can help you explore your hobbies, which is why money can, in a sense, buy happiness, because you can explore all your hobbies to your fullest extent. You can retire, do what you want, you know? So like, money can't buy happiness itself, but happiness is just a chemical in your brain. And to release that chemical, serotonin, you got to do things you enjoy. And most things that people enjoy are bought with money. So in a sense, money does buy happiness. But you got to break it down like that. I don't know. I think I can get out of this cave now. I kind of did what I needed to do. I did do what I needed to do. Test Jarvis Flame Cloak spell on the undead. Nah, I don't want to do that. Retrieve the black book. Okay. Well, I got no marker for where to go. Yeah, I kind of talked about what I want to talk about in this stream anyways, and I've already beaten this game, so I've got no missions that I really enjoy to do. So I think I'm going to wrap this stream up. It's probably only like 10 minutes, but I kind of hopped on here and talked about what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I'm a hop off now.